going to talk about it in the church and outside of the church. If anyone wants to provide leadership in the church, good, but there are preconditions. A leader must be well thought of, committed to his wife, cool and collected, accessible. He must know what he's talking about, not be over fond of wine, not pushy but gentle, not thin-skinned, not money-hungry. He must handle his own affairs well, attentive to his own children and having their respect. For if someone is unable to handle his own affairs, how can he take care of God's church? He must not be a new believer, lest the position go to his head and the devil trip him up. Outsiders must think well of him, or else the devil will figure out a way to lure him into his trap. No one that is new, and not just men, no one that is a new believer must not teach, must not use their gifts in the wrong way, especially when God is revealing it to you. You must be under somebody, and for a lot of us, we're under God first, and that's how God has it. It's not how we have it, because God wants it to be a but God moment, but God will teach you that. God will show you that. And for me, this is why I've always wanted to be under somebody, but it hasn't been working out for me, because God also showed me everyone can't have their hands on you, because I might not even be in that place for long, or how people be compromised already. And when God is making us new, God is teaching you the order of law along the way, so we don't even get beside ourselves, so the devil won't trip us up. But for those who have leaders and mentors and are mentees under people, they are being pushed to put their gift out. They are being pushed, and this is why some of them are tripped up, because people will see the gift inside of them and be jealous and want them to mess their gift up, and so they cannot see themselves the way that God sees them. So therefore, now it's a burden unto them, because now they're doing something out of time, because Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time and place for everything. It's a season for everything. We are supposed to be under people, but some of us are under God. And this is why my video before was like, what do we do when we are the first and God is making us the first, like Moses, where we don't have nobody but God? And this is why, and it's crazy, because even where I'm at, like, everybody sends me to this one person. I told this one person, I said, everybody sends me, so I think that you're supposed to be the one that's mentoring me, but they keep denying it. When they finally want it, I don't want it. I'm just going to be honest. But what do we do in those circumstances and situations? But for those that are new, for those, God will teach you along the way. I'm telling you this because God is teaching me along the way of what's important. You need counsel. You need to be under somebody. But if God ain't allowing it, it's for a reason, and just trust God, and you continue to get in your word and study yourself, and you know, okay, cool. That way when people come around, they won't think that you're running rogue, because the devil will trip you up. This is why so many people, because they're not studying, they're rushing into their gifts, but some of them are being pushed, because even at a time I was being pushed to be my kids. That's why in the beginning, like, I'll mumble and rumble over videos, and God was like, yeah, you need to stop. The first while God was giving me up, like, I was with him. Now I'm able to get out here and teach, because I was submitted. Before you can be submitted to anybody in this world, you gotta be loyal and submitted and committed and faithful to God first, not man. You have to be under the one who knows everything. We don't. God gives us wisdom. God gives us knowledge. God gives understanding. God can give us something to say, and we still probably won't even understand. Like, well, you wise. I was like that for myself. But I'm wise because of God. I'm wise because I'm submitted to God. So I'm not going out in the world, and because he's a jealous God, you got me messed up, that's my father and all. So when God say move, I'm able to move and maneuver. This is why a lot of people may not like some of us, because we're so loyal and faithful to God and committed to God that we're not going by their expectations and doing what they ask of us. Because no, if it goes against God, we see different, we hear different, and God ain't going to allow us to be contaminated. So as being a new believer, when God rises you up, God is going to work on you and show you this. These are things God's going to show you. Yep, you can't teach, you can't do this, because the devil could trip you up. He could come in and find a weak spot. He can come in. So let me heal you. Let me guide you. Let me be the light directing your path. Hey, I need you to stop. I need you to sit down for a little bit. I need you. This is God's children. We know when to sit ourselves down. We know when to get off. This is why when you're going through something, you can't bleed on the people while you're going through. All right, God, it's time for me to sit down, because see, I can start saying things. Oh, I don't want this no more. Then you got to come back on here and take it back. No. Take that time in when you're broken, because God knows you're going to get broken on the journey. Don't let the devil trip you up in this season because of what's going on and how other people have their hands on you and they want to use you. You're going to get broken used by God. You're going to get hurt being used by God. But God will be in the midst of everything, and everything is not going to go the devil's way. The same goes for those who want to be servants in the church. Serious, not deceitful, not too free with the bottle, not in it for what they can get out of it. They must be reverent before the mystery of the faith, not using their position to try to run things. Let them prove themselves first. If they show they can do it, take them on. No exceptions are to be made for women. Oh my God. Woo. Same qualifications, serious, dependable, not sharp-tongued, not over-fond of wine. Servants in the church are to be committed to their spouses, attentive to their own children, and diligent in looking after their own affairs. Those who do this servant work will come to be highly respected, a real credit to this Jesus faith. As men and women, your first ministry is home. If you can't take care of home, if your relationship with God does not come first, if being in your title, in your position matters more than you being at home and you're neglecting it, you're already out of order. On both sides, it's already saying the woman must not be sharp-tongued. The man must be, what did it say? The man must not be overfond of wine, not pushy, but gentle, not money hungry. He has to take care of his own affairs. The woman has to take care of her own affairs. If you want to be a servant of Christ, because a woman is a man's helpmate. That scripture that say a woman should be silent, shouldn't be doing this and that. Okay, that means, okay, who is she under? Who is she to be taught? Most women like to get out here because of that independent thing. Most people like the gifts. People that are used by the devil would love to get out here and do things out of order. But if that woman isn't submitted unto God, and anyone can see that is really of God, if that woman is not submitted unto God, you can hear when she's out of alignment. You can hear, but if you can't see it, you can hear it. How she's talking, how she treats people. Is she kind? Does she have the spirit of the long suffering? Can she really be patient? Is she gentle? How is she treating her husband? How is she treating her children? If she treats people outside of her family better, but she don't treat her family, that's out of order. Let them prove it. Let people prove it. Watch how people pay attention to how people talk to their kids. Are they dependable? Because people could be so dependable and have all of it together with wanting to have that in their gifts, but don't have it all together at home. How's the relationship with God? Are they just preaching? Matter of fact, a woman that is out of order, you can hear it when she preach, because then her emotions will start coming out in the messages. What do that look like? When they're giving sermons and they start talking about them. When they start using examples, but see, if you're not paying attention to what they're saying, you will miss it. You will feel like they're giving a good message and a good sermon, but really in that message, they're really talking about them and their insecurities and the things that's going on with them. Oh, well, yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that, how they leave, they leave their wives and stuff, something. No, oh, they don't like you because you do this. No. We're not doing that. So women, be attentive to your home. Men, be attentive to your home. But both of y'all need to be submitted unto God. I hope to visit you soon, but just in case I'm delayed, I'm writing this letter so you'll know how things ought to go in God's household. This God Alive Church Bastion of Truth, the Christian, I don't know what that word is. This Christian life is a great mystery. Yes, it is, for exceeding our understanding. But some things are clear enough. He appeared in a human body, was proved right by the invisible spirit, was seen by angels. He was proclaimed among all kinds of people, believed in all over the world, taken up into heaven glory. If you want to walk with God, you have to prove it into your life. You just can't say, I want this walk. Can you be so committed and faithful to God first before you're going out here being committed to everything else? It's God and it's your family. Everything else don't matter. If things are going wrong at home, will you leave ministry? Will you leave your job? Will you leave, or you're going to go, I need money? No, I need God. So yes, I don't care about what people want. That's why I say I think that I'm to a point where I'm either insane, my faith's just that crazy, or I just trust God that much, because I don't care where I'm at. I'm leaving. If it's going to cost me my health, I'm leaving. If it's going to cost me anything, I'm leaving that job. I'm leaving the friendship. Like, listen, I don't have time for this. My family comes first. My family comes first. If you want to be a leader, it starts at home. If you want to be a servant of Christ, you're going to have to go do the lowliest things, the things that don't nobody else want to do. You're going to have to do the things behind the scene. Jesus was God, but he was a servant. He wasn't out here trying to, oh, I'm Jesus, I'm the Messiah, I'm king. He wasn't doing all that. People like that want to be loud, yeah, you just need to sit down somewhere. I can't follow you. You want to be loud, you want to be seen. Servants aren't seen. Servants are in the background. Servants are the ones that don't want to be seen. Servants do the things that people don't want to do. Servants do things that aren't talked about, that aren't appreciated, that aren't valued. Servants be servants in the midst of chaos, a broken heart, loving unhealed people while they're broken and hurting inside, encouraging other people. Servants do things that, listen, that's not easy. But yet they're still a servant of Christ. They're still showing up in love. They're still showing up. No matter what you go through, no matter who God is showing you that you're going to be, don't get big-headed. You have to be well thought of. You have to be committed to your wife if you're married. And if you're not married, you have to be committed to God. As a man, cool, collected, accessible, God will teach you how to be that Ephesians 5. Lay your life down. If you can't love your life, if you cannot love your wife the way that you love you, or if you feel like that you have trauma, you a mama's boy and all that other stuff, or, you know, you like shoes, like you're just fanatic, like, or your game, you like your game, and that, you know, if your wife messed that up, because let's just be honest, some of y'all are game freaks, y'all get off work, y'all go home, but yet you're not teaching your kids anything, you're not giving your wife the time with attention, that game getting more of everything, that's out of order. How do you want to be a leader at the job? How do you want to be a leader where, because your ministry really is you, and however God uses you. But how can you lead in ministry if you can't lead at home first? If you're not being that example, if you go home yelling, if you're drinking and you're cussing your wife out because something didn't go right, or because something that you're dealing with, you can't open up with her because you feel like if you open up that it makes you weak. You can't be vulnerable with things. You can't be honest. You can't say, oh, I need help. No, the devil will trip you up with that. The devil will trip you up with every insecurity that you have. Women, if you're not healing yourself and you're stuck on what that last man did or what your daddy did and things from your childhood, you can't give that. You can't give your home and this is for everybody. If you're still broken, you can't give nobody you're gonna always work out of dysfunction. You're gonna always work out of that trauma because you're not healing. You suppress so much you don't even know what's going on. You're just being overwhelmed and you're just going about life. It's time that we heal because God has something that's in us that God has something so precious in us that we may not see, that we are gifted beyond what we see. We don't see ourselves the way that God sees us sometimes. And baby, I'm telling you, once you heal once you overcome those things, you can become whatever God is at, whatever God's sake. I'm going. Listen, you want me to be this? All right, prepare me, equip that. Your response starts being different. The devil, you will not trip me up because I'm working on me. I'm facing me in this season. So my family can see healthy, so I can see healthy, so I can love right and be loved right too. I want to be a better person for my partner and my children. I got to work on home. I got to say no to certain things in this season because if it takes my time away, then it's going to take my time away, not from my family, but also from God. I want God to say, well, they're my favorite servant. God comes first. Can you be submitted unto God? Let God, if you're deceitful, if you're a liar, let God work on all that. Because you cannot be deceitful, not too free with the bottle. Not aiming for what you can I'm gonna be this leader, I'm gonna be this pastor. Oh yeah, it's money involved. I'm gonna teach because God giving me a ministry. How some people get on here, hey, my cash up. If you feel led to, or you feel, hey, cash at me. No, that's not how this works. Don't want to be who God called you to be, but you want something out of it. No, it don't work like that. That's not how God works. Stop wanting validation. Stop wanting money. Stop wanting likes and follows just because God is giving you a gift. Be a servant. Be at the lowest lows. Be attentive to what's around you, who's around you, and who God puts in your presence to help without wanting anything out of it in return. Those who do this servant work will come to be highly respected, a real credit to this Jesus faith. You'll be more valuable to God when you get out of the way and stop wanting things and be that servant, be that loving wife, be that loving husband, be that leader, that pastor, that teacher, that just encourager, that evangelist, whatever God is calling you to be. But you got to be submitted unto God first. So when God visits you, he can say, well done, my faithful servant. When God comes, even if he's delayed, okay, I could bless you quickly. I can accelerate your blessing. It won't be delayed anymore because now you're following me. I find joy and bless. God finds joy and, oh my God, blessing his children when you be obedient unto the one who created you, because you gave up your life for his will, his way, and his plans.